John D Clare again, telling you what myself, Joan Gray and Mike Dixon have been up to as county councillors around our ward in the last 4 years, and this afternoon, this blustery and rainy and occasionally sunny but freezing cold afternoon, I might say. I'm in Middridge. Middridge is a wonderful place. I absolutely love it. The history, if nothing else, is absolutely fantastic. Unlike the rest of our ward, the history of Middridge goes back to before the Norman Conquest. This particular village was built soon after the Norman Conquest. It was a Norman concentration camp, and the green I'm stood on now used to be the marshalling yard at the beginning of the day, but there we go. The parade ground, I digress. One of the things we always said, the three councillors, is that we must not allow ourselves for a moment to forget Middridge. It is the jewel in our crown, and we're tremendously protective and careful of it. I'll show you what we've been up to around the village. One of the joys of Middridge is that although it's surrounded by towns, it's managed to preserve its village community. It's tremendously active. The parish council is active. They have a wonderful village hall association. There's a wonderful allotments association. I'll take you there later. And there is a continual round of things going off within the village. It has a very low crime rate. There's almost no crime in Middridge. It's a beautiful village to be a part of. And one of the things that Joan Gray, Mike Dixon and I have always focused on is helping that village community to continue to thrive. We always try and attend the various events. I've been on litter picks with the parish council. And one of the things we did was this Christmas we funded the new Christmas lights on the Christmas tree. All these things are part of what makes Middridge the most wonderful village it is, and we're very happy to help. One of the big issues in the village is speeding on the road through the village, and it's been a major issue for the entire 4 years. What the parish council want is they want the approaches down the bank from Old Thickley and coming up from Bluebell Garage. They want those to be 40 mile an hour areas, slowing the traffic down to make it then go at 30 miles an hour through the village. That just isn't allowed by the rules. It's not possible by the road rules. So what Joan Gray, Mike Dixon and I have been doing, we've been trying to mediate between the county council and the parish council to try and see if there's a compromise. And so far we've failed to find that solution, but we continue to seek it. One idea would be to make it 40 miles an hour the entire way through, right from Newton Acley through to Shildon, but that would involve upping the speed limit through the village to 40 miles an hour, which you can understand that the parish council aren't right happy about. Anyway, what we have done is we've managed to get Middridge on this rotational speed visor. It's only here for a few months of the year, but the fact is that these things work better when they're temporary anyway, and it just reminds people of the speed they're going. The other thing, of course, was they're not here at the moment because they've dropped to bits, but through GAMP we funded that very famous little family who stood by the side of the road and frightened drivers that they were about to run across. Of course, they were papier-mâché figures, and absolutely a testimony to the nature of the community here, that they survived without being vandalised for years. Congratulations, Middridge. Here's the thing, one of the events which we like to support is the Remembrance Sunday event, and the time before last, as we were walking back, members of the council happened to mention how bad the condition of this path was down by the side of the main road here, and the surface was really deteriorating. So Councillor Joan Gray said she'd mention it, and to tell you the truth, given the state of the sort of cuts that the council is having to cope with, the county council is having to cope with at the moment, we didn't have much hope. Anyway, out they came and screeded the top of it, and they got a new path. Not bad, eh? I told you that the Village Hall Association was tremendously vigorous and very important to the village, and of course this is the Village Hall. This is a wonderful old building. Sort of, it used to be the school, and before that there was a lying-in chapel there. A rather macabre fact, but anyway, don't get me going on all that history stuff. It's a very old building and it needed refurbishing, and so Joan, Mike and I were happy to help part fund that refurbishment. And bless them, what they did was they put up a plaque acknowledging the help that we'd given. So you see these plaques around the place, you never think that your name will be on them one day, sort of, but anyway, there it is, and thank you very much, Middridge Village Hall Association. Happy to help. The work you do is invaluable. Another thriving village association is the Allotments Association. I was honoured to be able to give the prizes here this year, and Joan Gray did it the year before. I was the Chair of Environment at Great Aycliffe Town Council for a while, and so I know about allotments, and I know a good allotment site when I see it. These are fabulous. We've been delighted to be able to help them in a little way. We part funded the drive that you see there to the left, and we've also helped with the funding of the community raised beds there, which are going to be used to help a number of groups of people get involved in tending an allotment. So there you have it, Middridge. What a wonderful place, and what a privilege to have been able to help support this thriving community. Fantastic.